Efficient vehicle diagnostics is a process of gathering and analyzing data. First, identify the area of concern. For example, is the engine behaving poorly? Have the brakes locked in the wet, despite ABS being active? Is the horn not working? Data logging may not be needed in order to solve the problem. When using GS-911 for troubleshooting, always start with an auto scan. This lets you see whether any obvious problems need to be addressed. If a fault code is locked, use common sense to try linking the fault to specific operating parameters. If you know why an operating parameter is out of spec, it's much easier to isolate the cause. Here, we see that readings are not being received from the front wheel speed sensor. We know that this motorcycle was recently ridden through a forest. A quick look at the front end of the motorcycle shows that the front speed sensor wiring has been severed. Here, we see that although the engine currently runs with no problems, there is an intermittent fault with the actuation of the right side fuel injector. A problem like this is more complicated to deal with. It has multiple potential causes and may need in-depth investigation in a number of areas. There are 4 data logging methods. Reading data in real time as a list of one or more numeric values. This method can save time if you are familiar with what the motorcycle's operating parameters should be and are looking for obvious deviations in one or more parameters. Reading data in real time as a grid populated with numeric values. This method is most useful if the control device is some distance from the work area and you need to read values while working. Reading data in real time as a value over time graph. This method is most useful if you need to immediately isolate differences between 2 or more similar parameters, or need to pinpoint unusual shifts in the progression of any value. Recording data with the motorcycle moving and saving it for later viewing. This method is most useful if you need to reproduce a fault that is triggered while the motorcycle is moving, but is not triggered while it is standing still. Each of these methods is shown in detail in its own video.